Do you see the Buddha behind me? If you're listening to the podcast, there's a Buddha statue behind me. And do you see that picture of a light bulb behind me? Today, I'm just gonna share with you why I put those behind me. I don't have any real eating tips. I don't have any how to stop binge eating or how to stop emotional eating. I don't have any of that stuff. I just had a dream the other day and I wanted to share with you my dream. It seems pretty important and share with you some of the passion I have for symbology, for philosophy, and how my passions for these things influence my channel around eating. So, to get into things, the Buddha statue is very meaningful to me. From love to mindfulness to self-exploration to practicing to discovery to learning, these values just strike me at my core. I love the attitude of skepticism that, don't believe the Buddha or the teachings of the Buddha just because it came from the Buddha. Like, you got to discover it for yourself. And this word enlightenment is a tricky word. And for the better half of 13 months, I spent meditating, striving for enlightenment, like doing koans and intense meditation and really trying to get enlightened. And I was really trying to get rid of all my problems. And in fact, I kind of had an awakening, you could say, when I realized that I was running away from my problems. I had spiritual bypass. For maybe 10 or 12 months, I had spiritual bypass. I now see in hindsight, I was literally meditating to become enlightened in the traditional sense of the word, which is like relieve all suffering. And I finally realized, like, dude, you're running away from your problems. Like, you're avoiding your struggles, man. So that's when I left the monastery. If you know my story, I was in a monastery for a while and I studied meditation and then I left. And that's why. And I've always been drawn to light and to discovering light. The symbol of the light, it's a variation, and I think it's what enlightenment means to me these days is, you see the light bulb, and it means several different things from a symbolic standpoint. For me, this light bulb represents insight, you could say, and like a light bulb moment, a moment of realization. And that's one way of thinking about it. Another way is thinking about how light turns on. You have a dark room and then you turn on the light and you can see more. And that's what I love. That is what I honestly love. I love studying reality and seeing more. It's like seeing more detail of my environment and this weird life I live. It's all about discovery and shining more light. And this especially is about the subconscious, about your emotions. It's about understanding your emotions, shining light into those confusing, dark emotions. I love this process. And, I go to this meditation center, Insight Meditation Center. It's up in Redwood City. I go on Sunday evenings. There's a 20s and 30s group. And I guess it's coming full circle from about 10 years ago when I started this whole journey. And I had a dream. And the dream was the first dream that I've ever had, which had a Buddha statue in it. And it was vivid and it impacted me and it felt extremely powerful. And it really resonated with me because I'm so passionate about symbology and mythology. I'm always reading like Joseph Campbell or Carl Jung. I interpret my dreams, and so of course I interpreted this dream, and I really fundamentally feel that it's an archetypal dream. So archetypal dreams, we all have two types of dreams. One ordinary dream, which is just like if you're mad at someone, maybe you have a dream that represents that person. But an archetypal dream is deeper than that. An archetypal dream might have a symbol of the self. If I was Christian, I might have a cross, or some other religion, I might have some sort of really deep and powerful symbol. And for me, since I'm so inspired by Buddhism and mindfulness, the symbol was the Buddha statue, and it just hit me like, boom. And that's why I wanted to make this video today, is because I had a great dream. I just figured, I feel like I'm finally embracing the fact that, this is, I hate to say Buddhist. I really hate to say that I'm Buddhist. I hate saying it, but when you have an archetypal dream and there's a Buddha statue in there, I guess you gotta say that you are in alignment with that philosophy. And to not hide that, that this is me. And to take that stand, I think I just wanted to share that with you today, and to just share with you how this is who I am, and this is who I am goes into this yoga of eating, the principles of mindfulness and self-exploration and compassion and all these things that are traditionally associated with Buddhism go into this channel, eating enlightenment. That's why I wear a yellow shirt. It's because it's light. It's supposed to represent light. That's why there's a light bulb behind me. And coming back to that, just these two things, light, enlightenment, not this weird thing where you finally reach the destination, but a process of exploration where you have insights and you study yourself, and you come to these insights that change the way you see reality. And the funny thing is we all know that when we change our thoughts, we change our actions, we change our emotions, we change how we feel. Oftentimes we hear this, but we don't always practice it. We know that our thoughts create reality. And so for me, shining the light is all about seeing reality, so our thoughts naturally are in alignment with truth, and the truth is good. And so these values get filtered into eating. Like I say, the yoga of eating. There's the yoga of writing. There's the yoga of parenting. There's the yoga of making coffee. I just saw my coffee pot over there, and sometimes I'll have butter coffee, and I'll make it very artfully. I'll taste it. I'll be mindful of it. I'll there's a yoga to everything, and yoga's a microcosm, right? It's a set of principles and a path and a practice that you can use to get more skillful at life. I love the idea of skills and practice and learning. And so with eating, it's the same thing. Like, it's a skill, right? It's you study your eating, you study these principles and how they impact you. You study the truth of eating, and all these principles of Buddhism and self-discovery, they all flow into here with eating. This path of eating it's an amazing microcosm. It's an amazing yoga that really can just shift you. And taking these values, you don't even need to take these values. Like, they're just there. They're just there. You don't have to believe in enlightenment or anything like that. It's just the way things are. And this is more of a rant video. But I hope you just get a sense of who I am, where I'm coming from, my passion for symbology, my passion for yoga, and really seeing how this mind-body practice flows into eating, and how eating is its own yoga. Eating is its own, you could say, spiritual practice. It's certainly a practice where you learn about yourself and who you are. So with that being said, I'm going to sign off. I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts. Talk soon.
Peace.